Bruce, when I first met him in Seattle, Washington, where I lived, and we both went to the University of Washington.
It's been nearly 50 years, yet whispers of Bruce Lee's startling demise linger on. After his abrupt passing, his fans were deeply attuned to the emotions of his wife, Linda Lee Cadwell. For years, she remained silent in the aftermath of that fateful tragedy. Now, however, she stands prepared to unveil the chilling truths surrounding her husband's death. Let us brace ourselves as we await Linda Lee Cadwell's latest revelations, ready to confront the chilling realities that have haunted Bruce Lee's untimely departure for so long. According to Linda Lee Cadwell, the real cause of her husband Bruce Lee's death was a deep collapse and coma. During May of 1973, Lee found himself in Hong Kong, a bustling hub of activity where he was set to lend his voice for vocal overdubs at Golden Harvest Studios. This trip coincided with the final stages of production for his legendary film Enter the Dragon, a project that would ultimately cement his legacy as a martial arts icon. However, fate had other plans in store. In a sudden and bewildering turn of events, Lee's robust health was called into question when he collapsed unexpectedly. Witnesses were taken aback as he began convulsing, a distressing sight for those who revered him as a paragon of physical prowess. Rushed to the Hong Kong Baptist Hospital, Lee's condition remained precarious as medical professionals scrambled to unravel the mystery behind his sudden ailment. The diagnosis was as confounding as it was alarming: a cerebral edema characterized by a dangerous accumulation of fluid placing undue pressure on his brain. For someone who epitomized strength and vitality, this revelation sent shockwaves through the global community, prompting concern and speculation about the underlying cause of his medical crisis. Despite his initial release from the hospital after several days of observation, the specter of uncertainty lingered. Seeking answers and expert care, Lee journeyed to the renowned UCLA Medical Center for further evaluation. Yet even within the halls of one of the world's most esteemed medical institutions, clarity remained elusive. Doctors grappled with the enigma before them, identifying the episode as a grand mal seizure, a severe manifestation of neurological dysfunction characterized by convulsions and loss of consciousness. However, the elusive cause of this seizure remained beyond their grasp, shrouding Lee's health in an aura of mystique and concern. In an incredibly touching moment, Linda Lee summoned her courage to tell more details about her husband's death. On that fateful day of July 21, 1973, the prim announcement from the AP News report, relayed through the New York Times, delivered the devastating blow with clinical precision. Bruce Lee, the Chinese actor who made a career of karate, kung fu, and other martial arts on the screen, died tonight at Queen Elizabeth Hospital after having been found unconscious in his home here. He was 32. Yet behind this succinct proclamation lay a tangled web of circumstances, casting a somber shadow over the circumstances of Lee's passing. As the world grappled with the loss of an icon, details emerged that painted a far more complex portrait of the events leading up to that tragic moment. Lee, on the cusp of transcending cultural boundaries with the imminent release of Enter the Dragon by an American studio, stood poised at the pinnacle of his career. However, destiny had different plans, abruptly cutting short his journey of triumph and acclaim. The simplicity of the news report belied the turmoil and intrigue that surrounded the circumstances of his death. Author Matthew Polly, in his comprehensive biography, Bruce Lee: A Life, delved into the intricacies of that fateful day, unraveling a narrative fraught with tension and uncertainty. Lee's lifeless form was discovered within the confines of his mistress, Betty Ting Pei's apartment, a revelation that sent shockwaves through the close-knit community of Hong Kong's elite. In the aftermath of the grim discovery, Raymond Chow, Lee's astute manager, found himself confronted with a daunting realization. As he surveyed the scene, bearing witness to the silent tableau of Lee's demise and Betty's inconsolable grief, the gravity of the situation bore down upon him with crushing force. Here lay the most famous man in Hong Kong, his life extinguished in the sanctum of his lover's embrace, with only the two of them standing as witnesses to the enigma of his passing. On that ominous day, Bruce Lee found himself besieged by an unrelenting headache, a harbinger of the tragedy that would soon unfold. In a poignant passage from Matthew Polly's definitive biography, Bruce Lee: A Life, the scene is set with haunting clarity. Betty Ting Pei, the enigmatic figure at the center of the storm, extends a gesture of solace to her ailing lover, offering him one of her equagesic pills in a bid to alleviate his suffering. Little did they know that this seemingly innocuous act of compassion would set into motion a chain of events that would irrevocably alter the course of history. According to accounts gleaned from the official Bruce Lee website, a coroner's inquest later revealed the devastating truth that Lee's hypersensitive reaction to an ingredient within the pain medication precipitated a catastrophic cascade of physiological responses. Within the labyrinthine recesses of Lee's body, a silent battle raged, as his immune system mounted a misguided assault on the foreign intruder lurking within the confines of the equagesic pill. The resulting tumult unleashed a torrential deluge of inflammatory mediators, triggering a cataclysmic swelling of the fluid surrounding his brain, an ominous precursor to the inexorable descent into darkness that awaited him. With each passing moment, the veil between life and death grew ever thinner, until at last, Lee succumbed to the merciless grip of fate, slipping away into the abyss with nary a whisper of protest. When asked what made Linda Lee regret the most about her husband, the answer made fans cry. He died without seeing his most famous movie. The anticipation surrounding the premiere of Enter the Dragon in August 1973 was palpable, a crescendo of excitement building to a fever pitch as audiences around the world awaited Bruce Lee's triumphant debut on the Hollywood stage. For Lee, it was the culmination of years of relentless dedication and unwavering determination, a chance to showcase his unparalleled talent and redefine the cinematic landscape with his groundbreaking martial arts prowess. As WAMC Northeast Public Radio eloquently captured in their tribute to the film's enduring legacy, Enter the Dragon represented the realization of Lee's deepest aspirations, a starring role in a Hollywood production that promised to catapult him to unprecedented heights of fame and acclaim. Yet, fate, in its cruel irony, had other plans in store. Tragically, just a month shy of basking in the spotlight of his crowning achievement, Lee's meteoric rise was cut short by the specter of mortality. The news of his sudden passing cast a somber pall over the glitz and glamour of Tinseltown, leaving a void that could never be filled. It's worth mentioning Bruce Lee's untimely death stripped him of the agency to shape his own legacy. As Anna Traube astutely noted in her poignant analysis for Varsity, Lee's passing left a profound void in the martial arts genre, a void that Hollywood, ever opportunistic, was quick to exploit for commercial gain. In the wake of his demise, the film industry scrambled to fill the gaping chasm left by his absence, resorting to formulaic tropes and superficial caricatures in a misguided attempt to replicate his unparalleled charisma and talent. Lee's meteoric rise had been a beacon of hope for Asian actors, challenging Hollywood's entrenched prejudices and stereotypes with each groundbreaking performance. His success served as a rallying cry against the marginalization and pigeonholing of Asian talent, paving the way for greater visibility and representation on the silver screen. Yet, with his sudden departure, the fragile progress made in breaking down barriers was swiftly eroded, replaced by a resurgence of lazy cliches and one-dimensional portrayals. In the aftermath of Lee's death, Studios cynically capitalized on the enduring popularity of martial arts cinema, reducing Asian actors to mere commodities relegated to gimmicky, stereotype-laden roles. No longer seen as multifaceted individuals capable of portraying complex characters, they were instead confined to the narrow confines of caricatured martial artists, perpetuating harmful stereotypes and reinforcing preconceived notions of Asian identity. Amidst the volatility and turbulence that surrounded his life and career, there existed an undeniable magnetism, an allure that transcended the boundaries of culture and time. Central to this magnetism were the twin pillars of physical and mental prowess, each contributing to the indelible imprint he left upon the collective consciousness of humanity. As John Blake so eloquently articulated in his exploration for CNN, Lee was more than just a martial artist. He was a symbol of virility and strength, an unabashed sex symbol whose lithe physique elicited admiration and desire in equal measure. Women were captivated by the sculpted contours of his body, marveling at the sinewy muscles that rippled beneath his taut skin. To touch him was to experience a sensation akin to caressing warm marble, an encounter with a physicality that seemed sculpted by the hands of the divine. Yet beyond the veneer of physical perfection lay the true source of Lee's power, a furious mind that burned with an intensity matched only by the blazing sun. Blake delved into the depths of Lee's psyche, revealing a man whose mental acuity was as formidable as his physical prowess. Lee possessed an innate ability to harness the latent energies of his being, channeling them into movements that defied the constraints of conventional martial arts. At the heart of Lee's martial prowess lay the concept of qi, a fundamental principle of Chinese philosophy that spoke to the essence of life force energy. With each graceful movement, Lee demonstrated an intuitive understanding of this ancient concept, seamlessly merging the physical and the metaphysical into a singular expression of martial mastery. He moved with a precision and fluidity that belied the raw power contained within, able to transition from perfect stillness to explosive action in the blink of an eye. Ending the story of Bruce Lee's most regretful movie, Linda Lee could not hide her emotions when talking about the malicious rumors surrounding her husband's death. While the official cause of Lee's demise was attributed to cerebral edema, an increase in pressure around the brain due to the accumulation of excess fluid, alternate explanations have persisted, casting doubt upon the established narrative. Among these dissenting voices is Matthew Polly, author of the definitive biography Bruce Lee, A Life, who posits a provocative theory that challenges the conventional wisdom surrounding Lee's death. In Polly's meticulously researched account, he ventures into uncharted territory, suggesting that it was not a cerebral edema that claimed Lee's life, but rather an insidious foe lurking in the sweltering heat of a tropical Hong Kong summer: heat stroke. Drawing upon a wealth of evidence and eyewitness testimonies, Polly paints a vivid portrait of the events leading up to that fateful day, unraveling a narrative fraught with tension and uncertainty. According to Polly's analysis, the scorching temperatures that engulfed Hong Kong during the summer of 1973 proved to be a lethal adversary for Lee, whose decision to undergo surgery to remove the sweat glands in his armpits only exacerbated the risks. On the day of his death, as he fervently rehearsed scene after scene from his upcoming film in the cramped confines of Betty Ting Pei's apartment, the oppressive heat bore down upon him with relentless intensity. As Lee's body struggled to regulate its internal temperature, the first tendrils of heat stroke began to take hold, manifesting as dizziness and a pounding headache. Ignoring the warning signs, Lee pressed on, driven by an unyielding commitment to his craft. Yet in a cruel twist of fate, the merciless grip of heat stroke tightened its hold, ensnaring him in its suffocating embrace. the mystery surrounding Bruce Lee's untimely death continues to intrigue and confound, with scholars, experts, and enthusiasts alike offering a plethora of theories in an attempt to unravel the enigma of that fateful day. Among these theories, the assertions put forth by Matthew Polly and Dr. James Filkins stand out as compelling interpretations of the events that transpired in Lee's mistress's flat, each shedding new light on the circumstances surrounding his demise. Polly's theory, as detailed in his groundbreaking biography, Bruce Lee, A Life, posits that Lee succumbed not to cerebral edema, as officially reported, but rather to the ravages of heat stroke, a hypothesis rooted in the sweltering temperatures that engulfed Hong Kong on that ill-fated day. Drawing upon a wealth of evidence and eyewitness testimonies, Polly paints a vivid portrait of Lee's final hours, weaving a narrative of relentless determination and tragic circumstances. Yet, Polly's assertions are not the only ones to challenge the established narrative. Dr. James Filkins, a distinguished pathologist from Chicago, offers an alternative explanation for Lee's death, one that implicates a little-known condition known as sudden unexpected death in epilepsy, SUDEP. As The Guardian elucidates, SUDEP was only officially recognized in 1995, decades after Lee's passing, raising the tantalizing possibility that his death may have been due to an undiagnosed seizure disorder. Filkins's theory introduces a new layer of complexity to the ongoing debate surrounding Lee's death, highlighting the inherent uncertainty that shrouds the events of that fateful day. With nearly 50 years having elapsed since Lee's demise, the quest for definitive answers continues unabated, fueled by a relentless pursuit of truth and understanding. Linda Lee admitted that Bruce Lee's death put a huge amount of pressure on her family, especially on her son, Brandon Lee. Entertainment Weekly captured the poignant essence of Brandon Lee's tumultuous journey, describing his 28 years on Earth as a relentless struggle to reconcile his own identity with the indelible imprint of his father's legacy. From the moment he entered the public eye, Brandon found himself ensnared in a web of speculation and rumor, with tabloids relentlessly linking his father's death to a litany of sensationalist narratives, from drugs and voodoo to the shadowy machinations of the Chinese mob. The weight of this morbid legacy proved to be a heavy burden for Brandon to bear, exacerbating the already daunting challenges of navigating the cutthroat world of Hollywood. At every turn, he was confronted by the specter of his father's tragic demise, a constant reminder of the precarious nature of fame and the relentless scrutiny of the public eye. Yet, it was perhaps the circumstances surrounding Brandon's own death that served as the ultimate irony, a bitter, twisted addition to the narrative that seemed to echo the darkest tabloid prophecies. As he tragically lost his life on the set of The Crow, the lines between reality and myth blurred, leaving behind a legacy tinged with tragedy and unfulfilled potential. For Brandon Lee, the journey to carve out his own identity amidst the towering legacy of his father was a Herculean task, one fraught with obstacles and pitfalls at every turn. While his time on this earth may have been tragically cut short, his legacy endures as a testament to the enduring power of the human spirit and the profound impact of familial legacy on the individual psyche. In her evocative piece for the New York Times, Betsy Sharkey captures the essence of this shared destiny, painting a vivid portrait of two souls bound by blood and ambition, yet forever separated by the cruel hand of fate. As Sharkey eloquently notes, both father and son met their untimely demise at a pivotal juncture in their lives, a moment when they stood on the precipice of greatness, poised to transcend the confines of their respective legacies and carve out a new path for themselves. For Bruce, the martial arts maestro whose star burned bright on the silver screen, the promise of mainstream success beckoned tantalizingly close, with Enter the Dragon poised to catapult him to unprecedented heights of fame and acclaim. Yet, just as his star was on the ascent, fate intervened with a merciless blow, snuffing out his life in its prime and leaving behind a legacy tinged with unfulfilled promise. For Brandon, the burden of his father's legacy loomed large, casting a long shadow over his own aspirations and ambitions. Despite his best efforts to forge his own path, he found himself inexorably drawn to the action genre that had so defined his father, a fate from which he struggled to break free. And when Brandon's life was tragically cut short on the set of The Crow, the eerie parallels between father and son became all too apparent. Both had sought to realize the American dream, to transcend the limitations imposed by their heritage, and to carve out a space for themselves in the annals of Hollywood history. Yet, in the end, death proved to be the ultimate equalizer, leaving them both on the verge of success, their dreams forever unrealized. However, Linda Lee's subsequent revelations shocked listeners. It was not their son, but their daughter, Shannon Lee, who made it her mission to maintain the true measure of her father's legacy. In an interview with NBC News, Shannon Lee lamented the pervasive misconception that her father was merely a cool kung fu guy in old movies, emphasizing that his legacy extended far beyond his on-screen persona. Bruce Lee was not just a martial artist. He was a philosopher, a trailblazer, and a visionary whose teachings transcended the boundaries of the martial arts world. He lived his philosophy with unwavering conviction, embodying its principles in every aspect of his life. Determined to honor her father's memory and ensure that his true legacy endured, Shannon co-founded the Bruce Lee Foundation, a testament to her unwavering commitment to preserving and promoting his teachings. At the heart of the foundation lies a multifaceted approach to education and outreach, aimed at illuminating the depths of Bruce Lee's philosophy and inspiring future generations to follow in his footsteps. Central to the Foundation's mission is the Bruce Lee Action Museum, a dynamic tribute to the life and legacy of the martial arts icon, showcasing memorabilia, artifacts, and interactive exhibits that offer a glimpse into his extraordinary journey. From his early days as a struggling actor to his meteoric rise to fame, the museum provides a comprehensive overview of Bruce Lee's life and career, allowing visitors to connect with the man behind the legend on a deeply personal level. In addition to the museum, the Bruce Lee Foundation also operates a scholarship program, providing financial assistance to aspiring scholars and martial artists who embody the spirit of Bruce Lee's philosophy. Through these scholarships, Shannon Lee hopes to empower future generations to pursue their dreams and make a positive impact on the world, just as her father did. Perhaps most importantly, the Bruce Lee Foundation oversees the Little Dragons Martial Arts Education Program, a grassroots initiative aimed at introducing young children to the principles of martial arts and instilling in them the values of discipline, respect, and self-confidence. By nurturing the next generation of martial artists and philosophers, Shannon Lee ensures that her father's legacy will continue to inspire and uplift humanity for years to come. Shannon Lee's reverence for her father's teachings extends beyond the confines of the Bruce Lee Foundation, permeating every aspect of her life and work. In her impassioned interview with NBC News, she illuminated the profound philanthropic ethos that underpinned Bruce Lee's philosophy, a philosophy rooted in the belief that each individual possesses the innate potential to realize their best self and contribute positively to the world. "My father had a philanthropist's mind and a philanthropist's spirit," Shannon remarked, her voice tinged with admiration and reverence. Bruce Lee's teachings transcended the realm of martial arts, encompassing a holistic approach to personal growth and self-actualization. Through concepts such as being like water and living in the flow of life, he sought to empower others to embrace change, adaptability, and resilience in the face of life's myriad challenges. It is this transformative power of Bruce Lee's philosophy that Shannon seeks to amplify and propagate through her various endeavors, including her role as an executive producer on Cinemax's acclaimed series, Warrior. Drawing inspiration from her father's own treatment and writings, the series serves as a visceral homage to his enduring legacy, bringing his vision to life on the small screen with breathtaking authenticity and reverence. Declared one of the best shows of the year's first half by Rolling Stone, Warrior represents a labor of love for Shannon, a testament to her unwavering commitment to preserving her father's true legacy. In an interview with Collider, she spoke passionately about the series and its resonance with Bruce Lee's teachings, emphasizing her desire to amplify his message and impact beyond the confines of traditional martial arts circles. For Shannon Lee, Warrior is more than just a television show. It is a celebration of her father's life, words, and enduring influence on the world. Through its gripping narrative and dynamic characters, the series serves as a gateway to Bruce Lee's philosophy for a new generation of viewers, inspiring them to embrace the principles of self-discovery, resilience, and empowerment that defined his remarkable journey. What do you think about the truths surrounding Bruce Lee's death as told by his wife? Leave us your comments in the section below. We hope you have found this helpful video. Don't forget to leave a like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you like it. Thank you for watching this, and see you in the next videos. Goodbye.